While many were distracted with the media and algorithms push of Charlie Kirk, the government were pushing the Children's Digital ID Bill. They were hard at work. They call it a single-use identifier barcode that all children will have even from birth. They say it's needed to track children's behaviour, monitor children's beliefs, parents' information, family context and data profiling. Is this a cause for concern? It will share information about their health, education, social services, local councils and government authorities. Who knows what's being hidden, but they say our children will be tracked across multiple domains and private agencies. Can we trust a government that is currently testing digital currencies under a hidden name? How sneaky. Just research what they're doing through a central bank digital currency, aka CBDCs. The Children's Bill would give them the power to decide and stop children from being homeschooled because parental rights, decisions, and beliefs will no longer count, much less be a priority. And they can always add to this in the future. What else will they conceal or conceive? Please sign the Children's Wellbeing and Schools Bill petition. This may be our last chance to take back control, so use accountability. This is a major turning point for our children, so take heed. If this goes through, it will be too late to turn back. As they say, non-compliance will lead to serious legal consequences and other punishments. It's time we stand up and get our rights redeemed. The New World Order is being ushered in. This is certain if you know the word of God and have ears to hear and eyes to see. The One World Religion Temple has already been built. The Pope, Jewish and Islamic leaders have already come together and agreed. Remember what's in that agenda that they shadow ban when you say the year 20, 30. Their priority isn't us, but they pretend it is under the guise of the environment, sustainability and equality. They create the problem, you provide their desired reaction, and they provide the so-called solution. The mouse gets trapped because it doesn't understand why the cheese is free. The frog wouldn't have got boiled to its demise. If it knew better, it would have jumped out immediately. But because the water was comfortable at first, it felt no danger in the temperature turning up gradually. If only it had discerned the heat. In the name of race and religion, they divide and try to conquer so that we don't identify the real enemy. They know there's power in numbers, so they fear unity. And they've been trying to break down the power of the protective family man because they fear defeat. They try to break down the order of God because the one world order and one world religion is coming. They already told us that's guaranteed. There were news headlines of refugees attacking Brits and viral videos of them being provided hotels and hot meals while homeless Brits have nothing to eat. Algorithms have heavily pushed race bait, knowing full well that it will cause the UK to grow hatred for refugees. This has only fueled white supremacy. They gained the attention of the masses, then thousands of Brits protested after not even realising that they were being provoked intentionally. Create the problem, cause the reaction, and now the solution is digital ID? But let's be real, this sounds like the first introduction of what will become the mark of the beast. They have encouraged this by providing asylum and benefits for the refugees, and now they say digital ID will tackle illegal immigration that they've allowed to be? You don't enable what you want to deter in all actuality. They say it's also to make accessing government services easier, applying for benefits, free childcare, renting a home and providing your landlord identity. They say you'll need it to work in the UK, but soon you'll see their true intentions, and I bet it will become mandatory. And business owners won't escape this either, as they've now introduced a new personal digital code ID. And if they can make it a requirement for even children, best believe soon it will be for everybody. The UK is becoming more like China. They have put up facial recognition cameras and tracked down people for what they've said on social media. Then they get arrested by the police. And let's not forget, they seek to imprison preachers for 2 years just for handing out Bibles and praying for people. It's even a crime just for one to pray in certain places. A woman was arrested on the street. But the Bible told us this was coming. People all over the world are even being executed for their Christian beliefs. From social media bans for so-called misinformation to one day like China being blacklisted on smart systems, will we let them take away our freedom of speech? Why do you think Apple's logo is a symbol of a bitten fruit like Eve taking a bite from the fruit of the forbidden tree? Why do you think we already have facial recognition and fingerprint scans on our phones? Sounds pretty much like biometric ID. And why do you think you need to scan a barcode in certain stores if you want to leave? Is there a reason for chemtrails and all the heavy metals in our food, soil, and seas? Will it be like what they show on TV? Companies like Neuralink already have the technology to merge man with machine. Read the book of Revelations and you'll see when you get to chapter 13, verse 16 to 17. With Apple Pay, digital wallets, contactless pay, Bitcoin, and crypto, we already have the means for a one world digital currency. Although China may have a social score, we're not far behind with our credit scores. We are being conditioned for accepting a cashless society. Driverless vehicles will also be in use in the UK by 2027. Imagine what they could do when you don't comply, when that same technology can control cars remotely. Co-chairman Sadiq Khan has been funded by the government to create smart cities. 96 cities, including London, New York, and Dubai, are taking part globally. Will the next catastrophe lead to the reason why they've said you'll own nothing and be happy? Just research C40 cities and you'll see what I mean. It's just a matter of a new pandemic to tie it all together and the evil plan is complete. Smart buildings, smart keys, smart watches, smart health, smart farming, smartphone, smart meters, smart surveillance, smart hubs, smart drones. Siri, Alexa, and Google Control in the smart home. We live in a time when around us is being created a digital world. If they're smart, then tell me, who do they think is dumb? Will we keep silent till it's too late to turn back and they've already won? But for true salvation, it's only God who can save our soul when it's all said and done. He loved us so deeply. That's why he's already made a way for us. He sent his son. In a world where we're losing freedom, I can tell you, real freedom is found in God. Would you turn to him, or you turn from him and run?